Well, it's February 25th, I think, today. Yeah, Sunday. No hurry to get out, but Friday we had freezing rain. And then again today, it's not even come off. That's a thin layer. It's supposed to go up to 4 or 5 degrees above zero. I think it's around -1 right now. So I think I'm going to have to go out. I don't have a choice. I think I have enough salt too. I put a bucket in there Friday when I got back because it was still raining, and it just keeps, with my tarp flaps around, it's got some holes in it. I have to get a new tarp. So I got enough salt there. That green salt is working out really well this winter. It doesn't harden up. So the white salt would harden right up like concrete in there. You need to get in with a steel bar, but after 2 days sitting in here and break it all out. So the green stuff doesn't do that. And the pail just gives enough slope that all the water runs off. Hardly anything goes in there. Oh, look at that ice. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go. There's maybe a few people have straggled in there and doing work at that site, but the security people need to get around, and there's a guy in the heating plant who's there 24/7. You know, I got a call from a guy I bought a riser box from about over a year ago now, and called me up, said I've got the front panel for the riser box, and here it is. Just a simple metal panel. It's a machinist toolbox, and it just goes on, clips on the front. He'd misplaced it, and he told me when I bought it that he would, if he came across it, he would call me up. And I mean, a year went by, and I get this call on a Sunday morning. I was just laying on the couch resting because I knew I had to go out and plow that day. That was the last time we plowed snow. Was it's 2 weeks ago. And he said, I got that panel for you. I don't know who it was. I couldn't even remember he told me that. So, and I got it now. So I picked it up. I always liked Sears tools. Matter of fact, the first set of tools I ever bought were these right here. I got a 199 piece set for, I think it was 99 bucks back in the late 80s. And here's part of that set. It's a 1/2 inch set. These are kind of neat because they're 12 point. You can't even find these anymore. You gotta hunt for these. They're all 6-point sockets. But when you get into inside an engine, the main bolts, the main and the crank, you need, sometimes they're 12-point heads on them. You can't put a 6-point on. So that's kind of nice. You know, 30 years, it's probably about 30 years now because I bought those in 88, probably 87 or 88. That's good value for your money. Now I'm going to mention a few more things about Sears. I always really like Sears tools, and they're gone now. The stores closed before Christmas last year, so 2017 they're gone. And it's Amazon, eBay, any internet shopping, I think that's put the nails in the coffin of Sears. Even Walmart's not making profit like they used to. So it's too bad because I've got a pile of Sears tools, and they're no longer under warranty unless I drive down to the States. They'll warranty them in the States. Well, I'm in front of the South Bend lathe now. You know, this week I didn't make a video at all last week, or it's been a while. I made this. I bought these indicators. I bought 3 of them off a guy on Kijiji locally here. I couldn't drive out and pick them up. He had to ship them to me, and he doesn't want people showing up at his house. So I ordered some magnets from Amazon. It was like 12 bucks for 3 magnets. They're a little big, but they're fine. They'll do the job. And I tried all kinds of things. I tried drilling the back of that indicator and putting a bolt from the inside. Well, there was interference with the rack. There's a little screw on the rack that holds the spring, and I had nothing but trouble. So I tried gluing the bolt on the back. Well, it broke off as soon as I tightened the nut down with this magnet. So I just went real simple here. I just took some 2-part epoxy. I scratched up. I had to cut off the lug on the back of the indicator. Belt sanded it flat. I put some 2-part epoxy on there and just glued it on. It went a little crooked because I had to do it upside down, so I couldn't really see. I don't care that it's crooked, it works fine. So now I got one of these. I'm gonna make probably two or three more. So when you move your carriage here, you can it's really precise. And it's kind of a disposable thing. If you drop something on it or you break it, I paid like I paid about $7 for these, I think. 3 of them for $30, shipping including, so around $10. And the magnets were $3 each, $4 each, $12 for 3 shipped to the door. And that's why I want to make a couple of them. There's a perfect place for it right here on the tailstock. And if I make a little metal tab for here, it clamps on here. You just have to machine a hole, slit it, and then put a cross hole in threaded with a nut, and it can clamp something on. And I can have an indicator on there. I saw a guy do that on YouTube, my favorite YouTube. Because these graduations on here, they're really hard to see. Not very precise, so that'll be that's only an inch of travel. But when you're going a little bit, you just put that on, and anyway, we'll see if that works. And I've got this one up here too. Got this mag bay. This is what I bought this one last year, and it wasn't cheap. I think it's about $40, 40 or 50 delivered to the door. It's a Chinese one, so that gives me 2 inches of travel. So I didn't want to break this one, so that's why I'm making some cheap ones. I'm buying them new, those indicators, for $11 at Princess Auto when they're on sale half price. I got about 3 of them now. So keep the budget down. Okay, well, I almost forgot to show you guys. There's the riser box. That's how the front panel goes in. And I've got a key that works, that lock, so it has to be locked to stay shut. So they're reunited for the first time in over a year. Probably a long time, because he didn't have it with the box when I went and picked it up. And I bought this top box too, which I've got all my 5C collets in there, and then I've got collet holders in there. Here, these are awesome. That's one of my best buys from the last year or so. You know, I was having trouble reading the numbers on the taps, the sizes. Got myself a pair of these. These are optimizers, American made, and it was only like $60 delivered to the door again on Amazon. It says the name somewhere in here. Here we go. The brand name is Optivisor. If it focuses. You can get these with a flashlight in them too. I should have got the one with the flashlight. But that's just changed everything for me. My eyes are pretty good actually, but reading those tap sizes, I just couldn't see them. And then there's the square collet lock. And then the lock. I don't know what's in here. Nothing. I've got to get a little more organized. Oh, I think the 5C collets are down here. Yeah, this is a bigger drawer. They're down here. Okay. So there's a whole complete set of 5Cs. Really, really handy to have. And I mounted that 5C collet chuck on the lathe last year. It's just awesome. What a setup. Okay, let's go. We're going to put some snow on the driveway now. Okay, check out the road here. Holy. Does that look deadly or what? There's nobody out salting. The city's not doing a thing. Okay. I'm going to go. I've just put a bunch of snow on the driveway. This is what I do when we get freezing rain. And then it freezes overnight. It's supposed to go down below freezing tonight. And then it's a little safer in the morning. So I know you got a good view of my rear view mirror. That's as high as I can get the camera mounted in that spot. Seems to be a good spot to put it. Here we go. I'm going to have to put the fan back on. The windows are fogging up. Oh, there, that's the problem. It's on the floor. Okay. Yeah, you see I put a bit on there. I'll try and put a little more on there. I'm looking forward to spring. Doing stuff outside again. So there, that's a lot better. You got a thin layer of snow on that ice, and it'll freeze on there tonight. We'll have some traction again. I've been sliding all over coming in and out of here. There's the sad, lonely backhoe there. I haven't used it at all this winter, but no real need to use it. So, about 3-4 years ago, I rebuilt the transaxle on that. Someone told me, I had a couple of people tell me, "Oh, you can't do it yourself." I just love it when someone says that because I did it myself. There's only really 4 bolts that hold that thing on, where the wheels are located, and there's linkage, lots of linkage and hoses and stuff. No hoses. The brakes. Anyway, I'd like to do a video on that, on how I did that, although it's in the past now and I don't really have much pictures or anything, but we'll try something. Anyone that owns one of these and is told you can't do that yourself, it's about a $7,000-8,000 job at the dealer. You could probably find a smaller shop that would do it for $5,000 or $6,000, maybe $7,000, parts and labor. So I did it myself, and it just cost me the parts. It took me a long time to do it because it happened in the late fall. I think it happened in December. The ring and pinion gave up the ghost, and that meant that I had it in the shop, unheated shop, over the winter, and it was the coldest winter we had recorded in history. I don't need to go on about that. Every day it was like -22 or colder, so I tried to work on it, but my hands froze, so I didn't get much done. But that's why it took so long. It's totally doable on your own. So I'll try and do a video of that coming up. I have some new editing software, so it used to take me an hour and a half to do a video. Now it takes me 3 hours, but they're way better quality videos. This one won't be done with that software because I'm just gonna do a quick one here. But you know what happened with the monetization, I don't want to get into that too much, but it's interesting because I had a bunch of guys. I've been talking to a lot of guys on YouTube, and a whole bunch of them achieved that over 1,000 subscribers just before the deadline. And what started happening was people started unsubscribing because they reached their maximum. I just went on a subscription frenzy. I subscribed to anyone with under 1,000 that I thought was interesting. I looked and searched. I had a month, and I ended up increasing my own subscriptions. But what happened was people reached their maximum like me, and then they started unsubscribing to subscribe to more channels to see if they can get more people recruited. And then a couple of guys that I know of were over 1,000, and then just by the deadline they'd just gone under again at 990 something. What a shame. I feel bad for those guys, and now they have to, they're pushing to get over 1,000 again, and they have to go through the review process, which we'll all have to go through, because we might be bad actors, acting like ourselves. I got the van out and the chipper out. It's got a flat tire, so I don't know if it's got a big leak or what, but managed to get that out last weekend, and because I was salting every day this past week. And I got a meeting set up for Tuesday with the property manager to go over all the extras. I'll let you know how that goes. And I still plan to do a video on bidding on a big site, so not enough time in a day. So there we go, got a little bit of snow on the ice. I almost fell down here about 10 times this morning. One of my sites last week, we had a slip and fall. Well, it's just, I think I mentioned that on my live video, it's equivalent to robbing a bank. There's a huge investigation, and I'm under the magnifying glass now. Anyway, that's why I can't wait for winter to be over. But alright, well, that's it for today. This is getting long. Thanks for watching.